All right, one more time. So up into cat, and then through into cow. Now place yourself into a neutral position and just move the hips side to side. Yeah, lovely. Just side to side. Okay. All right, now from here, let's begin. I'm going to bring myself around to the front so you can see me. All right, so I've got a full-on view. So again, I'm going to lift my head, obviously, every now and again. But once you've got the pattern, try and keep your head down. Give me a cat pedal. So I'm going to take my right arm up to my shoulder and down. So I've gone from 4-point kneel-in to 3-point kneel-in. So every time I move my hand away, I'm asking my body to recruit deeper core muscles. Okay, obviously we're not going to take both arms away, but up and through. Okay, so this is what we call cat pedal. Now you could place your right hand onto your left shoulder if you wanted to, or onto the other side. Okay. And again, as I said, everybody in their lives, I don't think I know one person who said, I've never had any back pain. They'd be lying if they say that. Let's lift up the right arm. Just lift it up into an extension and lower. And again. And again. One more time. So I'm going to go up on my right. Try and keep that head down in line with the spine. And the other side. Now I'm going to take my right hand to the side of my head. And I'm going to take it up and down and through. So I'm going to come down into rotation and then lift to the top. And again, down into rotation and lift to the top. Okay, place that hand down. Let's do it on the other side. So lift. So I'm going to lower down and then I'm going to lift up. Okay, and again. So I lower down and then I lift up. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. So I'm going to go into my cat pedal. So I'm going to come up and lower. Remember, just place your hands so they're nice and wide. Your fingers, yeah, are nice and wide when you're down onto the mat. All right. Now give me an extension on the right arm. So a little Superman, so just upper body only. Then we're going to put in lower body in a moment. And again, 2 more. 1, and then 2. Okay. And then from there, take the hand to the side of your head and then draw it under. Drop the shoulder and lift up. And again, drop in the shoulder and lift up. Place it down. Let's do 2 the other side. So come down through. I'm just going to come down to the side because I need my mat. I need my length of my mat. Down and through and lift. Okay, come back into your child's pose. Remember, we sit back on the heels. Stretch out that lower back. Hands as long as you can. Yeah, arms as long as you can away from you. Then I'm going to lift up and I'm going to draw down into my cobra. Yeah, so I'm dropping my hips down towards the mat. I'm going to come back and through into my child's pose. And then I'm going to come down and through. All right, one more time. So back and through. And then we're going to go forward to cobra. Okay. And now I'm going to go back to child's pose. I'm going to stay there. And then I'm going to turn my hands over and I'm going to put my thumbs up. Okay. Now I'm just going to retract through the shoulders. So I'm going to lift my right arm and then I'm going to lift my left arm. And this is quite a difficult exercise to do. But if you can't come up too high, just stay nice and low. Yeah? And again, give me 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, lovely. Place your hands down, come forward. I want you to lie down on your front. All right, so I'm just going to move my microphone. So lie down onto your front. All right. Okay, from there, just take your hands, move it. Hands to the side of you, head in line with the spine. So this is about glute work, yeah? So we want to support the lower back. So this has got to be strong. So what I want you to do is just place your hands onto your glutes and squeeze them. Because some people think, I am squeezing my glutes, but you're not. You could be squeezing your quads. So get your hands onto your bottom and give it a good old squeeze, yeah? Love your bum. All right, now, draw the hands down at the side of you. So I'm going to ask you to now squeeze the glute. So on my left leg, I'm going to start my left leg, 'cause it's nearer the camera. I'm going to squeeze my glute. I'm going to lift my leg up. I'm going to lower it, and I'm going to let go. Yeah, the other side, the right side. Squeeze my glute, lift my leg, lower my leg, and let my glute go. Yeah, so 4 things. So squeeze the glute, lift the lift the leg, lower, and let go. And remember, we lift from the hip, not from the knee. If you look at my camera, I'm coming up from my hip. So I squeeze my glute, I lift, I lower, I drop down the other side. Squeeze, lift, lower, and drop down. Place your arms into a square, keeping the head in line with the spine. All I want you to do is lift your hands, forearms, and elbows away from the mat. So I'm going to lift and lower. Yeah, try and keep the head in line with the spine. So it's just a lift of the arms, head stays in line with the spine. Lift, you've got one more, square arms. So I lift and lower. Place the hands down in front of you. Push back, release the back into your child's pose. Okay, place your right hand on top of your left and keep your head down. And then your left hand on top of your right and keep it low. All right, guys, come onto all fours. Just go into your cat stretch, stretch off. Because when we're doing prone work, yeah, we're lying on our tummy, it does put, it's one of the harder exercises to do. We really get into those deep muscles. And I don't know about you, but I really feel like after working on my tummy, I really want that stretch. Okay, lovely. I hope that feels a little bit better. Let's come on to our bottoms. I'm just going to change my lesson plan over slightly. Ta-da. Okay, so I want you to come into a seated position. Okay, all right, so come into a seated position, and I want a V shape. All right, so think there's about a V. You see my V? So but if I sit upright, sit up nice and tall, I'm pulling in my tummy muscles. Yeah, they're there, they're contracted, they're fired, they've got lots of power in them. But the moment I step back, when I sit back into my V, it's much more work, and you'll feel that yourself. Now, your fingertips, remember when we were doing our fingertip work? I want you to place your fingers behind you, all right? Just behind you. So this isn't about, if I ask you to put your hands down, you'll do this, right? That's just normal, that's what we do. So if I do fingertips, it keeps you upright. Draw into the abdominals, and then lift on the right leg and lower. Yeah, and then the other side, lift and lower. Okay, so I'm taking my leg into a tabletop, that's all, just lifting and lowering. Okay, all right, lovely. Lift and lower, and then lift and lower. So let's synchronize the breathing. So we're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out. And again, breathe in, and breathe out. And I hope you all had a lovely weekend. I didn't ask you that at the beginning. Mind you, you can't talk to me, can you? I can't hear what you're saying. Okay, I'm going to go up on both legs. Now, don't feel we have to, right? You do what's right for you. So I'm going to come up to both legs, tabletop. Again, my hands are really light and down, yeah? Really, really light. Lift to tabletop and lower, yeah? 2 more. Lift to tabletop and lower. 1 more time. So just putting in some ab work as well now. Okay, let's go into our sunbathing position. Remember, we did this, our sunbathing? Now, on the forearms, take the right leg up and then the left leg up to tabletop. Okay, from there, let's go back to our tap down. So I'm just going to tap down on my right, and then I'm going to tap down on my left. Okay, and again, so tap down right, and then tap down left. Okay, to make it a little bit harder, I'm going to take the leg away. So I'm going to go into an extension. Left leg stays in tabletop, and then I come back. Yeah? So extend away. And again. So extend and in and extend. Now we can do both legs if we want to, or just stay on single, but for now I'm going to stay on single. Okay, one more. All right, lovely. Now extend the right leg to the ceiling and then the left leg to the ceiling. Okay. Flex the feet, yeah, so there's neutral. Now I'm flexed. I'm going to lower my feet down towards the mat. I'm going to point my toes and then I'm going to lift up. Now this is too difficult for you. Give it a go. And if you feel any pulling on the lower back, you'll certainly feel pulling through the abdominals. Yeah, that's what I want. But if you feel it too much on the lower back, just come down onto your head, neck and shoulders. Yeah, just come down onto the mat and just do single legs. Yeah, point. Oh, and lift. That's the hard bit, isn't it? One more with me. One more. Down and point and lift. Lovely. Bring your legs in. Come down onto your back and just bring your knees into your chest. A nice and tight stretch. So really lift. Yeah, so we're lifting the hips away from the mat. Okay. Feet down. Hands to the side of the head. I'm just going to come down a little bit on the mat. Yeah, okay. Hands to the side of the head. And I'm just going to lift up in a basic crunch. So I'm coming up. So ab exercises now, yeah? Coming up towards my thighs. And then I lower down. And again, inhale, exhale. Elbows are wide, yeah? So if you do this, you're going to pull your neck. So the elbows wide and then lower. Okay. Inhale. Exhale at the top. Inhale, exhale, and lower. And try not to push your tummy muscles out, yeah? Inhale, exhale, and lift. Pause, inhale, exhale, and lower. Okay, so keep that going. So if you, I'm at the end of the Zoom, I'm going to come back to the screen and see you. But if you have any questions, then please, you know, if there's any personal issues, please would you email me afterwards. And again, so lift and lower. Two more. Lift up and lower down. One more. Lift and lower. Bring yourself all the way down, taking your hands and arms, your legs up into a tabletop, and then roll over. So come over to your right side and then up. And it doesn't matter if you're facing the camera the other way, go over your left side first. But just make sure cadence is the same as you move over to your right side. Okay, so fitness Pilates is about taking the original findings of Joseph Pilates and making them more functional, weaker areas of the body. And it's really important. So when we're on a strong side, we may move quicker, or on a weaker side, a bit slower, or vice versa. Important, the cadence. Move from right to left. Okay, one more. So come to center, guys, come to center. Draw your feet down one by two. Okay, so I'm going to go into a little bit of bridging. So tilt the pelvis into the anterior tilt. Lift away, yeah, the coccyx, the SI joint, sacroiliac, sacrum, and up we go. All right, so then lift the mat. My weight is down through the bridge, yeah, into my shoulders. So down, and my head, neck, shoulders relaxed onto the mat. And then going to tilt the spine. I'm going to come all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until I reach the bottom, and my body finds itself back into neutral on its own. Yeah, and again, so tilt, lifting up and through, up to the top, squeeze at the top, and then lower all the way down. And then going back to where we were in our V position when we were doing our fingertips down, and then we were doing tabletop. So now, same thing, right? I'm coming up into my shoulder bridge. I'm going to stay there. Remember the glutes, squeeze, hold them if you need to. Yeah, make sure they're nice and strong and contracted. All right. From there, lift up to a tabletop into your right side, lower, and then onto your left side. Okay, and then again, option. If this is too difficult to go into a tabletop march, what you can do is just raise the heels. So keep the ball of the feet down and raise the heels. So breathe in and breathe out. So you choose, yeah, in your march, breathe in and breathe out. Other side, breathe in and breathe out. Roll it down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down. Take your legs away from you and take your arms above your head. Okay. And then bring them around in a circle around the outside of you into a snow angel. Okay, so I'm going to do it with the breathing now. So I'm going to breathe in and snow angel arms around as I breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and then snow angel arms around as I breathe out. I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. I'm going to hold on. We're going to come into a seat. Inhale, exhale, and then come up and through. Okay. Bring your legs nice and long in front of you. That's in front of you. Place your right arm down and then your left arm over. Okay, so side reach. Over we go. And again. 2 more. So it's 1 and last time. And 2. Once you come back up to seated, interlink the hands, breast forward, drop your chin to your chest. And then press away. So pushing the hands away from you. And again, tilt them through. Chin to chest. And then push away. Lovely. Lift up to the top. So stretching through those shoulders. Push as high as you can up to the ceiling. And then release down. Glute stretch. Let's take the right leg over. All right, from there. Taking your left elbow, place your hand behind you, and then just look into the corner. Okay, and then take that down, and then the other side. Take it across, over, to the corner, and then lift away. So I'm pushing the thigh away from me. And then to the top. Bring both legs down in front. Bring your right leg in, so it's just your sole of your foot is towards the left. And then bring your body, fold it forward, and take it over your left leg. Okay, just take it over. It's got a nice stretch right the way around the side, into the side of the glute, into the thigh, into the muscle, into the glute, but not the maximus so much, the medius, which is just above the maximus glute, yeah, just above it, into the medius there. And sit up, and then change over to the other side. Okay, and then from there, just come down and just press into it. Okay, and then up to the top. Taking your leg away from you, bring your arms around, retract the shoulders. So just pull back and forward, yeah? So rather than opening the arms, it's like a pull back. So I'll show you sideways, yeah? So I'm pulling back and through, yeah? So I, watch, pull back and through. Give me 2 more. 1 and together. Last time. 2 and together. I'm going to finish on the mat today, guys. Placing your legs around.